times I failed, many times I prevailed. Satan on my trail, I got God, I'm doing well. Had to tell myself, I ain't taking no more L. Winning season, 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 winning season. It's coming, I believe it, huh? Watch it leave me speechless, huh? It's my winning season, huh? Flexing on my demons, huh? Knew the Lord was scheming, wasn't down for no reason, huh? My mood this whole season, Michael Jackson, Billie Jean, and I came from the bottom of the pot. When I got saved, I was on the block. I got locked with bags in my sock. I got bagged by undercover cops. Up the street from the parking lot. On the way to the barber shop. I'm just grateful that I made it out and see myself off the paper route. Still got homies living in the trenches. I feed homeless women on the benches. We treat all year like Thanksgiving. On the block, I made a great decision. Then somebody tell me I ain't winning. I got youngers changing how they feeling. Instead of telling them to stop sinning, I just show a better way of living. They still dug a 12. Still bust shells, still bust sales. Look at them numbers on the scale. Me, I'm dug in hell. Try all the what I feel. I say I turn a wheel when I win my life on the scale. Went from dug in 12, now I'm dug in hell. Many times I failed, many times I prevailed. Satan on my trail, I got God, I'm doing well. Had to tell myself, I ain't taking no more L. Winning season, 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 winning season. I had to trust you for this, yeah. I had to pray, then I had to get it, man. I had to hustle for this, yeah. I go astray, get stuck in my way, but you know I love you for this, yeah. Stay in my lane and trust in your ways, man. That's what I must do for this, yeah. That's what I must do for this. Only way to run it up. Gotta trust in number one. I don't do no runner ups. Can't you see me coming up? Might be down, but my winning season coming up. This is labor, this is work. This is labor when it's tough. You put your faith in the world. You lost me trusting in luck. This is favor, this is trust. This is favor, this is love. Great connection with the plug. Everybody getting high. You ain't never had this drug. I done been through the fire. I done been through the mud. I done fought through the lies. I been lied to by blood. I forgave a couple guys. They were showing fake love. I done still came up. Pull up. Lately I'm ducking my sin. I got the piece of me that's for pretend. I got the Gigi pieces, not just Gigi pieces that I'm rocking on top of my skin. Speaking of rock, I've been rocking with him. You been following me and I'm following him. Yeah, so every little thing that's attached to me automatically wins. Got it.
Everything attached to me.
Oh, we winning, 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 we winning. Got it.
Everything attached to me.
We winning, 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 we winning season, 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 winning season.
Oh. Well, good afternoon. Shenanigans early, B. ABX is in the building. What's up, y'all?
Yes, sir. Sir.
Abstrakt Excellence, the gifted, art, and driven. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everybody is here but not here, so quickly, let's get that out the way. Pounds is, as he said last week,
He's meditating in the middle of a field. Just him by himself.
Is on the mission with his daughter for that round trip on the cheerleading dance team. Shout out to Kingman. My bad.
Kingman. And my niece is on that team.
Shout out to them, right?
Y'all
do y'all
we
thing.
know y'all
man.
gonna win.
I think they already did.
They probably did. They
Yeah,
never lose. I'm
but-
trying to
Pray y'all make it safe back from Florida too.
Yes, sir. Shamir, Sissy, we love you. Couldn't make it in today. Megan, off on assignment. Pursuit Tour 2020. Make sure y'all get on that. She working. She grinding her situation. She got a lane.
I don't get assignment.
She running. I mean, we're not gonna do that right now. We're not even gonna do that.
Okay.
We're not gonna do that.
Okay, so go ahead. Continue with yourself. We have a guest today. Be on your best day.
Listen, this hold on. He a guest of his family, man. This is his family, man. I'm gonna get the bro. I guess.
Introductions as usual.
come right on to you. Yeah,
But we can start from.
So good afternoon, team. What's up? How y'all doing? What's going on? How y'all feeling? How was the week?
Man, bless. I'm here.
Grind.
Yeah, so matter of fact, we had a chance to go out Thursday and catch up with Lit Band. And we're going to really dig into that in a few minutes, so y'all know where we're going. But, like I said, what's happening?
Man, nothing, man. I'm maintaining, man. I'm here, bro. You know, man. Week went past fast, man. And I'm here. It seemed like I was just here yesterday. Was I?
I don't think you were here Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay. That's why it seemed like yesterday. Okay. Yeah. You threw my week off.
Shout out to Hot Beat, man.
Hot Beat.
Yeah, Hot Beat. Shout out to Hot Beat. What's up, Al? Hot Beat Congo out. And yes, sir, Queen Pre and them goddamn fans from the stands. You hear me?
I'll be back for days, and I'll be back later on.
We'll both be back later on for that.
So,
Yeah, them goddamn WGNs. Hey, y'all make sure y'all tune in tonight to the fans from the stands, 7:30 to 10:30. Lead Talkers Takeover.
Yeah.
Foxwave.com. Make sure y'all tune in. Family, we love y'all. Shout out to Connect to the Bridge, Doc. We wouldn't be here without y'all. Reggie, Vox Wave, Star Imports. Thanks for the love. Our mothers, mothers, family, support. We thank y'all. Keep rocking with us. Nutty, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? I had to be back. I missed last Sunday. Had a little medical emergency, so we back. We good.
Everything cool?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Past them Goldstones.
Yeah. Mama Do, what's up, babe?
Good afternoon to everybody.
I think I know how your week was because I kind of take care of you and live with you, so. But go ahead.
I had a wonderful week, y'all. Don't pay that boy no mind. Wonderful week, always.
Son.
Hello.
What it do?
I would like to agree with Mama. I had a wonderful week. I didn't go to school.
I'm not a negligent parent. My son had strep throat, so he milked it. He milked it. It is what it is, but he's back in school on Monday.
Amazingly, you're good right before the show. So like that.
Way to play.
Nephewsel, Xcilence.
What up?
What's up?
Nothing much. Been chilling all week, working, getting ready for the new episode of Xcilence coming up soon.
Yeah, we got segments, y'all. Segments.
That's right.
Yeah. Brett, what's up, baby?
What's going on, bro?
How you feeling?
Good.
What went on with you this week?
Tough week. I made it through though.
Britt's always on the move, y'all. Y'all don't even understand.
Yeah, where were you? When we last week? Where were you going? Richmond?
Oh. Yeah, my sister in school down there.
Oh, okay.
What school you go to?
Virginia Union.
That's what's up.
And she had trouble for the cause.
She graduated May. She graduated May. It's about to be a party.
All
Yeah.
right.
Still get it.
All right.
Yeah, all day.
That's good.
Oh, shout out to CC2, Nisi Poo out here. Love you, baby.
Hey, baby girl.
And of course, Stan, the goddamn man. What's happening, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. I want to say rest in peace, Pop Smoke.
Oh yeah.
Sir.
Rest in peace, Honcho De Niro. I don't know a lot of people know Honcho De Niro. The little dude that got in the shootout on live.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
he was the rapper. He was like, take off as a rapper.
Hey, solid. Rest in peace.
Just to piggyback what he said, rest in peace to everybody that lost their life. I just want to bring something to y'all, man. In 2020, it been 23 homicides already. In 2019, we had 22. Total. 22 total. And we had 23 now.
Work to be done, B.
Message.
We gotta stop the killing, man.
Yeah, stop the violence, man.
We ain't gonna get this conversation in that because we talk about stopping it, but what are we doing about the stopping? Nobody wants to step out there and take any initiative to talk to these young people because we're afraid of the young people. But this is something I'm learning with faith. Somebody got to do something. We got to stop saying we're going to do something. I wish I lived in a city. I guess I would be the one to be locking up because I'd be out there grabbing people's children, shaking them, taking their guns away from them, dropping them in my bag, and bring your mama so I can shake her too. Then, you know, we can't keep saying that we got to do something. Just like I said, we have to love on our boys. They don't know love. We tell them that you're men and that you're not supposed to be compassion. You're not supposed to show them feelings. You're not supposed to cry. If anybody should cry, it should be a man.
Solid.
Nobody's going to take care of man. You all have to fight for everything you get, no matter whether you got a college degree, and I'm going to stop in a minute, Jermaine.
Go ahead, Mama. You okay, Mama? Go ahead.
Not. This is important. This is important. We have a lot of issues that need to be taken care of, the president this, the president that. But when it comes to us taking care of us, and we don't want to take care of us. We want to abuse each other. We want power. We want money. And ain't none of that going to the grave with you. None of it. None of it. Everybody got to be important, and nobody's important. We have to stop. And I'm trying to figure out what I can do instead of saying stop and do something about it.
Right.
Church.
Yeah, Mama raised some good points.
Much
And I turn it back over
Remember
to you,
show
host.
number 1. What did I say? We
Oh,
can't
and I
be
love your
afraid.
music because I grew up on go-go.
Thank
You know, I'm 71, so, you know, we can talk a lot of...
Yeah, bro got a wealth of knowledge I wanted to tap into. That's why I asked him here. So we're gonna get into it.
Don't look at me like that. 'Cause it's like you're expecting something.
Anywho, Jaden's also here today, unlike normal because it's once a month pop up, but he's somewhere out there, the teenager. So
With Jade.
yeah, with baby girl.
No, they right there.
Yeah, she's watching her brother
Watching the
today.
show.
She's
So-
babysitting him.
Yeah, Jade and Jaden are they're here. So that's it. Bro, did you have anything else you wanted to say? Exact.
Oh, no. I was just going to chime in on what Mama was saying. And I was just saying that on the first episode, that's what I was saying. Remember the very first episode? Where I was like, we can't be afraid to walk
Oh,
up to
we was talking about the other day.
people.
Right,
We gotta
yeah.
find ways to connect ourselves, you know. And like I said, history is one of them. You know, like a lot of people, a lot of us don't understand that we had rites of passage. We need the rites of passage to come back. Even if you're going to be, you know, a warrior or what we call a street dude now or whatever. We've always had warriors, but what's missing is the rites of passage. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no initiatory program for people to bring them of age. You know what I'm saying? To bring them into their adulthood, their manhood. And so people misusing that energy, you know? Like, I think people believe that it's never, you know, we can bring a point in time where it's not going to be violence, but we in a carnal world, so, you know, we need our warriors. They just need to be brought up in the right way. They don't have the morals and standards and codes of ethics or anything anymore. You know what I mean?
Solid.
Yeah.
And I think matter of fact, we'll round back into it.
This is a good conversation.
Yeah, we definitely gonna round back into it because I want you to be a part of the conversation in general. But I want everybody to kind of know who you are and what you do, brother. So we gonna kind of get right to it. First and foremost, Thursday, me, nephew, and Pounds went up to the Tacoma station. And before I get into that, I'm sorry. Shout out to Montu.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Mitch Craft.
Mitch Craft. Thanks for letting us keep it, Mitch Craft, bro. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I gotta call something.
Yes, sir.
But piggybacking off what y'all was talking about too, though, man. It's like the thing about it is, man, that everybody just so mad. You know, it's anger. Anger is an easier emotion to show than hurt or sad or you know what I'm talking about. Those a lot of dudes feel like those are vulnerable emotions that show weakness or whatever. Like you say, crying and you know to let somebody know that your feelings is hurt or whatever. So instead of being like, bro, why you do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm you know that job. You know what I mean? Got me feeling some type of way. Like my feelings are not like I want to do something to you off it, but like that you ain't have to go dead with. You know what I'm talking about? Instead of that, it's like what? You know what I'm talking about? Now it's combative. You know what I'm talking about? And a lot of that is because, unfortunately, a lot of dudes, myself included, raised single mother by single mother, or households with just full of women, you know, aunties, sisters, mother, you know what I'm talking about? And women are emotional by nature. Man, we should always use this first. Like for a man to be violent in any situation is not defending his family or his life or something like that. That's the weakest emotion. You know, small violence is the weakest emotion. For real, that's the weakest. That should be your last resort.
Right.
You feel me? But you know, a lot of times, man, people so scared how they gonna look. Everybody got their camera out, and instead of trying to break it up, they just filming it. They not saying, "Go ahead, y'all, go ahead with that. It ain't worth it. It's kids out here, you know. It's people out there. Nah, don't, you know what I'm talking about?
Chasing the buck.
Everybody clout chasing, you know, and they for likes and all that. So it's like everybody energy is just all over the place.
So I was going to hold on before you do that. I told you y'all can see these right here, right? And I told them like I was going. But man, listen, God does things. So we gonna throw them over there, right? So let them know who you are.
I'm Black Wilson, man. You know what I'm talking about? Mr. Turned Up King, so hood certified all day, keeping it lit. You know what I'm talking about?
Lit band.
Yeah, Live in Trouble is what it stands for.
Yes, sir. I didn't know that. I'm glad you. Yeah. I just went with the whole. I thought it was just lit.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
Stand for Live in Trouble.
Okay.
And trouble is like if you like your car system, you got bass in trouble. Trouble is the high. And so we trying to live life and music and everything at a high level. You know what I'm
That's
talking
tough.
about? So
that's tough. We just learned something, Sam. We just I wish I'd have brought my cup in here. I gave you.
Anything, mama.
I like that turn up. Now, in your music, when you turn up, are you trying to reach the generation under you with the turn up, or you're trying to stay with the generation that you're in?
Oh, it's universal. Like our turn up is multifaceted. It's layers. It's like an onion. You know what I'm talking about? So we got stuff where we might hit. Like we were at Janey Elementary. Bless you. We were at Janey Elementary on February the 10th. For a Black History Month program.
Wow,
so we performed big.
And that's what not to cut you off. I was because he was asking a question about
Fox 5 was up there. We was on the news. They done a little quick, you know what I'm talking about the joint. And so we'll pull a Baby Shark out for you, you know what I'm talking about. We hit you with the Paw Patrol or something, you know. And then as we go up, you know what I'm saying. So we got generational, multi-generational. Music's supposed to speak to everybody. It's not supposed to be just for. That's why every time when these bounce beat bands get into it with folk that like traditional go-go or whatever, or grown and sexy go, when they get to talking about y'all old A bands and y'all da-da-da-da, it ain't about young and old music. See, that's only Black folk look at stuff as young and old. Don't no other race look at nothing as young and old. You feel me? Black people the only ones who, when you get to a certain age or something, they try to push you to the side and now act like it's irrelevant. You know what I'm talking about? Instead of knowing your history, respecting your history, taking what they brought and building on it, even if it's different. But at least pay homage and vice versa. You know what I'm talking about? Because the music don't sound like what you grew up on. Let them live and do their thing. You know what I'm talking about?
You know what? And I'm gonna stop because he gonna put me out of some studio. But we hit some good key areas where we were saying, what do we do? Stop saying what we do. You're doing it because I get so upset. And I'm gonna say a few things because I am an usher on church book, but I'm still human.
Man, look, God ain't no punk now. God ain't no punk.
I keep it real. I ain't trying to please people in church. I'm trying to please Him. So right here, I'm telling you, I get so upset, and I'm 71, when we can get a rapper to rap church songs, and they say, oh, I use that. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Jesus is love. No. If I can reach that child with a hallelujah shout or go rap, I'm going to try to learn how to rap because I'm trying to reach that child. Now, if you don't want to be a part of it, because the Bible says you need to grow with the youth, not stay where you at.
Exactly.
And we continue to, in this Bible, and I just finished, we got a young pastor. I pray that he takes control because we want to be set in our ways. You want to sit in church 32 years, and I got to sing Amazing Grace.
Why you think God sent different prophets for different time periods? You got to speak the language of the folk that you're trying to reach. Only America make it so that anybody can. Only America makes it so anybody can come from anywhere and not have to learn your language. When you American and you go to another country, they don't care whether or not you know their language. You better learn it, or you better have somebody who knows it.
I feel like this conversation is about to get super energetic because I see Brody like ready. So, so you see Stan on a regular, right? But with Stan is a part of everything that we do. But what people don't know about Stan is, when y'all see him, he always quiet, chilling, working. Stan is borderline genius. Like, he got a lot of knowledge. So when you see him perking up, it's usually because you're saying something right.
That's what's up.
So we about to get into it though, but I wanted you said something last week on Fans from the Stands that sparked me, that led to me asking you to come on in the first place. And you was like, we are we are all artists.
Yeah, the front line is artists,
that play go-go. But we're a band that can do anything.
Right.
We don't box ourselves in.
No.
And I think one of the first times I met you, you was talking about the business side. We was outside talking about the business side of the game in general, like, trying to move XYZ. And then you said something last week about people not understanding how hard it is to do what you do.
Yeah, bro.
But I took, and I'm saying it to say in what we trying to do here, which is it's nothing we can grab onto to say, okay, this has been done before this way, we can do it this way. It's kind of like, all right, it's family. My brother's like, we successful in what we do in our lanes in life, but we want to change the narrative in terms of different things. How do we do that? How do we all go at one time when everybody says, listen, you're not going to be able to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that.
Well, I mean, first of all, sorry about that.
Nah, you good, bro.
Hey, I'm doing a radio interview right quick, man. I know this, my bad.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, where you at now? I got video shoot as soon as I leave here.
It's literal businessman.
You where?
About
Brooklyn.
Why are you looking up like that, though?
Okay, I'm looking at the I should be there. Give me like you on your way over there now? Okay. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. All right, bro. My bad, though.
Nah, you good.
Yeah, I got friends. Cause I don't rap too. That's the thing. Like so like.
Nah, it's a perfect segue.
Yeah, we artists and everything. Segue. But yeah, so what it is, man, is you got to pretty much have your own vision. Like you can take bits and pieces of how you see somebody move or something that may interest you or whatever, while still keeping your eye on what's next.
Nice.
You know, a lot of times people will tell you don't do this and don't do that because they can't do it, or because they tried to do it and it didn't work, or because they wish they could do it.
Facts.
You feel me? The main thing is to and not be scared to call the audible neither though. Sometimes when you see it's not working.
Yeah, because you said that Sunday.
You can't be scared to call the audible sometimes when you see it's not working. You ain't got to abandon it, but you just tweak it and you figure out how to incorporate other elements to it. It's like planting a seed. So you want to plant a seed and you want your crops to grow.
Yeah.
So you got to take into consideration a lot of different things. How's the weather? Does it rain a lot? Is it cold? Is it a drought? You know what I'm saying? Do you have animals that's digging in your dirt and eating up the seeds and stuff? So rather than just say, well, I ain't gonna grow nothing. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but if it's dry, I'm gonna have to get out there and water it. Or I'm gonna need a sprinkler system.
Reassess your situation.
Right.
Yeah.
If you got animals out there that's eating up your seeds, and you might get you a dog or something that's gonna chase, to make sure the yard clear. You dig? If it's cold out there, you might have to build like a cover. You know how they do like the awnings and stuff, like plastic covered up and put some lights or something in there.
And funny enough,
the heating lights or something
right
in
up
there.
Brody's lane, because that's what we dealing with, man.
Man,
hemp and learning all that. But yeah, that's like you said, audible.
Yeah, you just gotta call audibles, man. Hey, bro, that's it though.
You feel me?
That's
The facts. No, I'm listening to them. That's why I ain't saying
But
people always try to knock you off your path. People, there's a lot of folks that are trying, and not always on purpose. That's the thing.
Facts.
Not even always on purpose. Some people just be like, oh man, it's like a girl. Say it's a girl you like, oh man, she nice, whatever. She might be a stunner. You know what I'm talking about? Your friend, oh, you can't get her. No, that's because you can't get her, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You scared to say something to her. You know what I'm talking about? So watch it out. You feel me? So nah, man, you just gotta stay on your path, man. That's all.
Sometimes it ain't intentional.
And also too though, the same token, it could be some truth to it. What they saying, they could be right.
Which is why you always got to check self.
Always.
Hey, listen, our whole platform is built on accountability.
Always, and always keep in mind.
I mean, because accountability, because that's what y'all, every time somebody say, "Oh, accountability for,"
yeah,
like,
and always keep in mind, man, that the windshield was bigger than the rear view for a reason. Because you always got to keep your eyes on what's in front of you. If you always looking behind you and worrying about what you missed out on, or who coming up on, who doing this or whatever, you know what I'm talking about?
Facts.
Always look forward, man.
Pass will keep you from going forward.
Indeed.
I love it, bro. We appreciate the knowledge.
I appreciate the, y'all having me.
Man, yeah, I wanted to, like I said, get you in here, man, and let you go. You know what I'm saying? With your thought process, because I think sometimes we get boxed in by what we do, especially if we're good at it.
Mm-hmm.
People see you as just that. You know what I'm saying? And not always listening to maybe the brainchild, so to speak, like what your motive really is, like you said, like your objective in terms of being artist, and y'all wanting to play music.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it's the best of both worlds, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's nothing like that live energy. You know what I mean? The DJ sets and all that stuff is cool. I done, both, and I still do, do it both ways. Like when I do shows, just on a Black Woodson brand, but to be able to combine that with lit, and then to be able to piggyback off the other artists, to be able to piggyback off Gabby Moe and Lady Rowan on the front line, and just, what I'm saying, you do something, you go right now, you know what I'm saying? Like we cooking up in your face, you don't even know it,
And my question to you is, because growing up in go-go, all of us, being part of that community, like how did y'all manage to be able to just feel it?
Well, the wild part is, man, like I ain't even from here. So I'm from South Carolina, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm from something to South Carolina, so. But I've been here for forever, so, and I got family here, so I always had family here and stuff.
So he stamped.
Right.
So yeah, you know what I'm talking about? And it's just, man, once you go to a go-go, you just hear it live and you see the response. And I ain't talking about when people standing around cool and then doing the little selfie drinks, giving all
that crank
and stuff. I'm talking about when you sweating and all that. It's like, oh man, yeah. So it's like, okay, how do you combine, the lyricism and the drip of mainstream music, rap, whether it's R&B or whatever it is, with the homegrown, that drive and that thump, that heartbeat, you know what I'm talking about, the pulse. Man, the drum is a universal language. The drum, every
facts. Facts.
Everybody has a drum somewhere. All nationalities, everywhere. I don't care where you from or whatever. It's some type of percussion in their music and chants.
Okay.
Percussions and chants most of the time in music. You know
Brody,
what I'm
so
saying?
Brody.
Yeah, so go-go is a natural. It's a people. It's a music of the people when you think about it.
Yeah,
and it's birthed from like the heartbeat, which is like a baby. That's why a baby go to sleep on your chest because it remembers that heartbeat from being in the womb. You know what I'm talking about? So like when a baby won't go to sleep or whatever, that's why you got to hold it close to the bed. You know what I'm talking about? That heart. That's what they always remember, that heartbeat. You know what I'm talking about? That's the language. Like people talk about a love language. Well, music is a universal language. And it can be a love language if you use it that way.
So that said, like I think, because we have.
I'd like to ask you 2 questions off your card.
Oh, okay.
Now you can. I mean, I ain't want to read them.
No. Because one of them I actually don't, because he's basically explaining it. It was what inspires you to get into music. I could tell the love of it.
Yeah, let me get to this real quick thing what he just said, and then you can go right on it too.
Sure, of course.
We obviously talked about stopping the violence and different things. Basically, our platform is built on the youth and trying to change the future moving forward in terms of violence and negativity. However, us being from DC and understanding that sometimes people get the wrong view of go-go because it can be boxed in. because we grew up with a lot of crazy things that were attached to it. But it's things that he just said of why, oh yeah, shout out to Go for the official, becoming the official music of DC this week.
So
That's solid, man. But I think we have to sometimes strip away the things that come from things and just get to the bare bottom of what it is. And he was just talking about the sound, the beat. Like, that's what made us fall in love with Go-Go. So I think sometimes that whole being boxed in, I think we should sometimes really take a look at it. And I think you said it earlier, like, it's not an age on that. It's not an age on that.
And the problem is, and this goes back to even with now, you can use the same translation that I was talking about with the go-go community, as far as like the bounce beat and the traditional go-go or the grown saxy or whatever. It's tied into the violence. When you, like I say, when you always say that bounce beat is trash or it's garbage and this, that, and the other because you can't dance to it, well, I mean, you can't dance to it. That don't mean, you know what I mean, you ain't supposed to, you already did your dancing. If you want to groove, two-step and go on about your business.
Right.
But don't talk down on them. And likewise, respect your elders and don't keep talking about, oh, y'all old, this, that,
Right.
and the other. See, we got to change how we communicate with each other. And the reason why people say it's hard to reach youth is because we got to go back to how we talk to them and how we communicate with them. You can't talk at them. You can't fuss at them. You got to figure out what it is. Bro, why you mad? Like, if you could change something, if something could change your life right now that would make you just not be mad and you be like, I'm good, what would it be? Find out why they feel like that. And then find out what you might can do to help that. You can't save everybody, man. Some people just, you know, you are who you are. But it's a lot of them out there who crying out for help and attention, really. It's not that they even just really bad kids or whatever, but it's nobody really takes the time out to talk to them. That's why, and a lot of times, man, like, when I'm around, like women, if they yell at their kids a lot and stuff, I be like, stop yelling all the time, man. You know what I'm talking about? I hate being in a household where everybody just hollering at the top of their voice all the time. Right, because you're setting the tone for that hostile stuff. And they take that in the street. You know what I'm talking about? It had to be some civility and some stuff. And nobody likes to be yelled at. Nobody. Grown, young, none of that. If you don't like it as a grown folk, what make you think a child like it or a teenager like it?
We cultivate energy, man.
You feel me? Yeah. So I mean, we gotta kind of like treat them how we want to be treated. Like they not grown yet, but they people, man.
That's the clutch.
And we still molding them, and they still can be molded though. Which way you want to mold them though?
And
you want them to resent? You want them to resent folk, or do you want them to come out and be laid back, chill youngins who, you know what I'm saying? Who might can learn something.
Truth, honesty, and
You feel me?
transparency.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, we got to just figure out how to communicate.
Hold on, cause Bree, I don't.
No, go ahead, Mom. Go ahead. No, cause my brain done went somewhere else now.
Okay, all right.
Indeed.
I have to respect them.
Indeed.
Respect you.
What happened to your mic?
What happened to your mic, babe?
Grandmother. As long as they say, I tell my kids, you mad at me? Any of my kids now. I did something to hurt your feelings. Tell me now.
Yeah. Don't hold it in.
Don't I get in a car and say, well, Grandma, you know you did this 20 years ago. Let's talk about this.
Got to communicate.
You know, I might kind of get fancy and feel like maybe cry a little bit. We talk this out and then give me an opportunity to explain, and you can tell me why it hurt you. Because we have gotten it so bad that our kids, we don't allow them to speak.
Right.
You don't have a
Shut up.
You shut up. You don't have to tell me
Yeah,
what
right.
feel.
Because I said so. I hate
respect
that because I
the man with
said
his
so.
kids. I respect he's giving them, he's explaining some things to his kids that most people don't. You know what I'm saying? I didn't explain nothing to them. I'm your mama. I raised them by myself. I have 4 kids I raised. I worked 24/7. So I didn't feel I had to explain. Now the things that has come to bite me because I have to go back and say, Mom is sorry. People say, why you gonna say you're sorry? You did the best you can. No, I'm sorry.
And that's an interesting.
You know, because I owe them that apology.
You
I owe them to tell them I'm sorry. Because nowadays you're making kids where we grew up, and like I said, I came up in go-go. I used to work the lights for Chuck. At the Panorama Room, yeah. So, you know, you have to, it's a different thing, you know, and You have to be able to let them
told y'all
talk.
that, right?
We can't smother them and say, I'm your parent, you can't talk. Because these are kids that are smarter than we are. That 4-year-old can work a camera just better than I can. She can change her phone and put apps on where I didn't do that. But you smother and you make them think that they don't have no opinion. You know, you can't talk to me. I'm your mother. I work 24/7. I do this. That's what I told mine. That's not right now.
This is an interesting.
It was a different time too, though,
Yeah,
Ma.
that-
You know what I'm
that-
talking about?
Yeah, and I
that's
agree
what
with you.
I
But
wanted to get into.
as elders now, I need to instill in those younger ones coming up now, the Jermaines, my daughter-in-law, my son-in-law. Because if you don't, like you said, we got 23. Look around by Friday, we'll have 40.
Yeah, you know what? Children, like the youth, that's our most precious resource, man. People keep talking about all this other stuff and climate control and all that and everything. The youth, they be on the lead turn,
yeah.
right? You feel me? Too busy trying to finesse instead of get out there and lay the groundwork.
Yeah, because we've spent
For the
listen,
generations.
this the crazy thing, and I don't want to go to because you had some. Go ahead, because I'm
No, I'm just
okay.
listening.
Well,
I'm
then,
listening going back and forth. For
she made a statement, right? And it's the thing, like we can waste our time going back and forth and trying to finesse, scheme, manipulate each other, right? And still all gonna lose.
At the end, yeah.
Because I get it. Like, we think this is a competition with one another to get to the bag, right? But the thing is, what they don't tell you is the bag ain't even the bag. Because that's not the real currency. Like, that's the real currency's in gold and silver. And
Yeah. And it's,
So-
it's in property and stuff like that.
you know what I'm saying?
Ownership.
So
It's
it's ownership. Yeah,
Real
ownership.
assets.
Yep.
So when you start to get the real game that's being played, you understand they dangling this in front of us. So for us to do this, for us to do exactly what we're doing, kill each other, compete with one another, and then hold on, those of us that actually get it, we get it, but we understand that if we tell it, it's gonna mess with how we got here. So we didn't got it. We understand what it's like now.
Yeah, but we can't do that. We can't be like that.
We shouldn't be like
Bro,
that.
I'm gonna tell you something. So that's your little girl,
Yeah,
right?
that's my daughter, right? That's my son.
That's your
yeah.
son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She 4?
Yep.
How old are you, bro? 11. You were their first superhero, dog. You know what I'm talking about? Before you knew, who's your favorite basketball player? All right, well, before LeBron James, before you knew who LeBron James was, you know what I'm saying? You wanted to be like him, right? You are her superhero. If you, as fathers, man, when you let your kids down, we their first superheroes.
Amen.
When you let them down, they won't trust nobody else
Amen.
in life
Amen.
growing up. And then the love they look for and the way they try to fill that void, man, is going most of the time lead them in the wrong direction.
Right.
So
You
I
dig?
was kind of, you just segued again. I was kind of getting it that I kind of get different things thrown at me because of how, not necessarily how I raise my kids, but how truthful I am with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So there are things in this world that adults say aren't. That's somebody else's business to tell when it comes to children, right? But the whole world knows it. If the whole world knows that this person is this way and doing this and doing that, why am I not going to tell my kids that truth if this is their family or this is somebody that they're going to run across? So they're going to have to hear from somebody else, right?
Anyway.
But why are you including the kids? Why are you doing this for the kids? Why are my kids not going to know the truth or going to have to hear a lie from somebody else when I need them to understand, listen, my job is to protect you. And it may not feel good. And I hate to be in a position to have to even tell you this truth. But it's my job to make sure you have it. And growth is uncomfortable.
It is.
So I would rather feel this now than to feel that hurt later for having to apologize to you.
Amen on that apology.
And I get chastised. I'm talking about in the places you would least wouldn't even expect. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
For
but
this mentality.
you know, but that's why I say, man, you gotta live your truth and your vision. You gotta walk. Your parents, like when they was kids, as much as you seen them try to get up and couldn't walk, I know you wanted to walk for them, but you couldn't. They had to figure it out.
Amen.
So that's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Amongst all those people that chastise you and everything, you still got to walk your walk, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
Go ahead, because I know that's what
That's gonna get them. That's gonna
Yeah.
give them the strength to do that. The same thing, because you leading by example.
And that's
You feel me?
my God, that's pretty much what we based on that. Because he give me every week. It's my I call it my number 2, but every week he in my ear like, listen, live your dream. It's your dream.
That's
We
it, bro.
all here, but at the end of the day, if we don't show up, you gotta do this. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I mean? People start out with me. And I ain't even talking about the band. Like, man, that's why I love this band, because this really, you know, like, this is my vision. You know what I'm talking about? To have people to buy into your vision, to
Man,
be committed.
No idea
You know
how
what
it
I'm
makes me
talking
feel
about?
every day.
To have your back, man. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to have input and to help you, you know what I'm saying? And we help each other. Now, they've helped me so much, man. Just being around them. I want to give a shout out to everybody. Gabby Mo, Lady Rowe, Uncle L, Los,
appreciate y'all too,
Thumper,
man.
C-Dog, and Scotty. You know what I'm saying? There's other band members that we had before them, and a salute to them too. Because everybody played a part in getting, you know, and it's all love to me. Everybody, once you was lit, you always lit. As far as I'm concerned, you part of the family. We cousins. Even if you stay in the band, we still cousins. Every time I see everybody, it's still love. All of them playing other bands, and I support them. I like their bands and what they doing. You know what I'm talking about? So it's just, but to have people for one, to just be a leader, you know what I'm talking about, and to have people look at you as a leader, like, okay, what we gonna do next? You know what I'm talking about, bro? That is it's an honor for one.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you're not one of those ego maniac type dudes who just like, oh, it's my way or the highway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I said do this. You know what I'm saying? When you welcome the positive energy and everything, man, it's a beautiful thing. Like, I see the family atmosphere, man. This is beautiful right here, man.
I appreciate
this
that's
is awesome. This is dope right here.
Hold on, we got
This
another
is
one. We
dope.
shoot for that every show.
This
like,
is dope
man,
right
make sure
here,
the
man.
energy's right.
Yeah,
man.
this is
But
dope.
your energy is very strong.
Yeah, it's
Thank
very
you, Mom.
strict.
Yes.
That's why I'm
And-
actually
and-
quiet. It's not that often.
And
I'm quiet.
I know Rebecca said, he even say, here she go with her intervention. And, you know, God got something really strong for you. You ain't even seen it.
Yeah, you know.
Do you hear me? So when it hit, you say, Jermaine, call Mama Ruth. You think you on the cloud? You ain't seen the cloud,
You
baby.
ain't got that.
No, that's
You
right.
have not seen the cloud.
I
And don't you change your image. Don't you dare let anybody say they don't like how you dress. Well, you here now, you need to change. Don't you change nothing.
Don't water it down, huh?
Don't water it down. Keep it big thing. Drop it down a little bit more.
Already.
Keep
there
your
you
cup,
go,
B.
Mom.
Keep
Yeah,
your
You
cup,
hear
B.
me?
That's what she
Because
telling me. Keep
you
your cup.
will
Yeah, drop it down
you
lower.
can't allow people.
Get the tour, Mom.
You can't allow people
I'm trying to tell you, man.
to look at you and judge you because if you walked in here,
Just had this conversation.
this boy got some knowledge. You are going places you never thought you was going. How old are you?
How am I? 35?
Oh, baby, you ain't seen nothing.
I'm getting there.
You ain't got. You getting there, but you ain't seen nothing.
When I got to
I teach you one. Oh, but we gonna talk about
We
you.
try.
You getting married soon, so that's
We
okay.
just-
So you know you.
Don't say that on camera.
I'm just seriously strongly
Thank
going
you,
so
Mom.
you keep your music on.
Thank you.
Keep your ears open to the spirit that talks to you, not people, but you keep in uplifting your group, your people that surround you.
And they uplift me too, though.
Yeah, but see, that's a lift up thing, because this is what they do in here. They lift up each other. And people don't understand how you can be united and you can lift up each other instead of pulling each other down. It's wonderful. And I tell my girls when we had our conference, our Women's Day, if we women could be somewhat more like men, because y'all support each other when y'all wrong. We don't do that. We talk about each other.
I'm just trying to help rewrite the narrative, man. Of just a black man.
Yeah.
Black males, period.
Keep
You
it,
know what I
keep
mean?
it going. Black people, period.
Black people, period.
Period.
Yeah.
Because if you get the males going, the females with those who got a right mindset will follow.
Well, that's the thing, you know.
It's a lot of hurt and pain in them too, though. That's a whole nother topic. Go ahead.
That's
Yeah, go ahead,
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna piggyback on what y'all was saying earlier. I was sitting back and listening and stuff like that. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a quick second. You have people that think, like you guys are saying, that we have to be more in the children's lives and this and that and this. You have to communicate with the children, you know. But playing devil's advocate, you have parents that say that come from the old school. A child is not heard from unless they talk to. Unless I ask you something. Like, that's still that old generation. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I
get
Don't
it.
get me wrong. That's the generation I grew up in.
I
You
know,
know,
I
I'm
do
older
too.
than a lot of these guys on the stage. So that's what I grew up in. But I'm also, I implemented that on my daughter. You
Right.
feel me? And it didn't work. You get what I'm saying? So I had to change the game plan up. See, it's easier for me because I have a heavy voice. So I didn't have to spank booties. You feel me? I just had to sit down. And it was done. So I was kind of, and I had my mom and my sister around to help me with the female things. But you get what I'm saying? So I had that woman base. And I was the male in her life. But every child doesn't have that option. But what I'm saying is also, my mom did her best because I didn't have a dad. So what she did was she went every avenue. She went and got me a big brother. See, there's a lot of things black people won't do. You understand what I mean? And when she did it, she got me a white big brother. So that really threw it off. Coming around, you already know, coming around the way, a little white short man looking like P.B. Herman, coming around the way, like, really? But me being who I am, I don't give two blanks what you think. I'm going to do me, you know. But he showed me the other side. You understand? He wasn't doing it just for a black child. He was just doing it because he seen it. He was trying to raise a man. He was trying to raise my mother, raise a man. We get away from trying to help each other because everybody believes that they can do it on their own. See, that's what we're instilling in our children, that, oh, you don't need no one's help. You can do everything on your own because mommy did it by herself. You can do it by yourself. You get what I'm saying? Because I've heard that a lot in single homes.
So check this out,
you
right?
Feel me?
So check this out. And a lot of that comes from, in a black family, is you don't want your business in the street when things not going good.
Back then,
and you want everybody to know when something when you on top. You know what I'm saying? But let stuff not be going right in your house. You better not have my business in the street. You better not have me looking bad out here in these streets and all that. You know what I'm talking about? I mean, man,
I agree with that to an extent.
Man, let me tell you how many whoopings I got just because. You ain't gonna have them talking bad about me. You ain't gonna have me. I done better because to them it's a reflection on them on how they raised you.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
That was their mannerism. That's how they thought back in the day.
Right.
My mother, as you say, you from South Carolina. My mother's from Georgia. So
right.
You know what I mean? So Southern mother. So it was go get the switch,
bro.
You feel me?
Man, what?
Hitting the belt.
And if you pick the small one, she already got the big one on stage. Nah, she already got one. She just wanted to see what I was gonna bring. Yeah, she wanted to see what I was gonna bring. She got the joint just like a. Django, boy.
My question to that is that raising your child or is that a product of slavery?
It's both. It's both of them. Because, man, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, like, do you know them like cast iron, them like the old wash tubs and stuff? Used to have like two side wash tubs and stuff like that. Do you know that a lot of times, like black folks used to have to put their head in that to laugh at the slave owner or something? They better not see you smile, laugh, or none of that. If they trip, fall, anything like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's so much stuff that you couldn't do. And a lot of times that's the reason why, growing up and coming up from the South and just parents from that era. You were taught to keep your kids in line. You know what I'm talking about? Man, those slave owners will snatch your kid up if your kid talking reckless in these streets. So shut up, goddamn.
That's what
you know what I'm talking about?
That's what it came from.
Keep your mouth shut. Don't talk unless you talk to. If I don't come for you, if I don't call you, don't come. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you better not say nothing. You're in church, in the store, in the street, all that acting up in the store and all that, the kids, bruh. Was not happening back then. It was not. They get that one look, like we get the car.
That look.
That you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Bro, it was so many things that so many restrictions y'all had coming up that it trickled down to your family just by you know what I'm saying. And you ain't even mean to do it. You just was raised like that. You know, you got a certain code.
And I tell her we talk on the record. I got to cut you off, bro.
No, bro.
We have, like, my mother and I relationship, but I ain't about to get into it. But we have an unbelievable. That's my homie. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell, man. She's awesome too.
We get into it openly and honestly, but not in a disrespectful manner. But I tell her part of that is because I respect her so much for her willingness to be able to, because it's hard, because we stripping away layers of things that you don't even know existed. And I get into this fight on different levels because I see something out there that's better, but I can't explain to people, like, listen, I know greatness is in us, and we could settle or we could seek better. Right. Now, I can't tell you exactly where or what that better is, but I'm telling you, this ain't been working, so let's go.
Right.
And when you talk about believing in your vision, having the people around you
got
be
to,
like,
bro.
listen, I ain't really sure, but I know you. So we're going to go.
Dang.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
it's been kind of just one wall at a time. We break through. It's like, man, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. We get through, and they stay on me. I try to keep leading
got
and
to,
we keep
bro.
going. But it's hard, though.
Man, slave. Let me tell you something. My great granddaddy was a sharecropper. Like, was you know what I'm talking? Like, we not that far removed from
Right,
slavery.
that's why I say
You
it's
dig? Like, it
hard.
ain't that long ago that we were still slaves. Like, I got family members who.
Was?
Well,
But I mean, still are. But I'm talking about actual. I'm talking about actual cotton picking slaves, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, my great granddaddy was a straight up slave. You know what I'm talking about? Like,
But see, my thing about that is the majority of us were actually free. If you go back and really get into the history, there was a lot of us that had slaves. A lot of us had
a lot of us did have slaves. But we had black slaves too.
Yeah, just as many of us was enslaved, there was just as many of us that was free.
Yeah.
So, you know, my whole thing is that everybody doesn't have that in their ancestry. Like in my ancestry, my ancestors was never enslaved. You know what I mean? And I know other people that I got into their history, they've never in fact been enslaved.
Where your people from?
North Carolina.
Okay. What
North
part?
Carolina. Carthage.
Okay.
Carthage, North Carolina. They came from Indian territory, you
Right.
know, and we would call Kohare, what people call Cherokee now.
Right.
And people don't know that Cherokee and black people is the same thing.
Oh yeah.
It's no difference. And you know, and only select groups, like my mother's side, she what they call Seminoles, but they're really Cimarrons.
Right.
And those are the Negroes, quote unquote, of Florida that was free
That was
down
free,
there the
yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
So it's different parts of the history, and I think a lot of people, cause I'm a media expert, a lot of people don't understand the power of media. You know, when you sit back and watch Roots, what does that do to your mind? You know what I mean? When you watch 12 Years a Slave, this is programming, because everybody did not have that experience.
Yeah, bro. You know that's
everybody was not enslaved.
I hate that every time they do a period picture about us, they always start from slavery. Like we was nothing before that. Or like everybody, you say, like everybody black was a slave. Everybody black was not a slave.
Yeah,
You know
and then when they show us ourselves that we not enslaved, they get white people to play.
You know what I'm talking about?
Like people, Pirates of the Caribbean. There was no white people that was pirates. Even when you talk about my man, what's my man? The supposed discoverer. He didn't even discover it. He had more captains.
How can you discover something that's already people there though?
Right. Which, I
Anyway.
mean, we got to get into the law. Discovery is a law word.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like when you go to when you get charged with something, you got to get a lawyer
Discovery.
to get you a discovery.
Right.
And the discovery is just a
A
finding of
five of
facts.
facts. Yup.
exactly.
Exactly.
We're going to get them out of the show.
And you know, that's teaching it goes back to teaching our young people about their history, their background, their
They
life.
need a rites of passage.
And I've listened to Stan, and you're very smart. I was listening to Jack. What's your first name again?
Malik.
Malik. Okay, Malik. You know, y'all just excite my heart. My heart just overwhelmed, and I get overwhelmed with my own child. And I'm not in it. But you know, to know that at 31, 38, 40, you all are growing where we didn't get it because where our parents came from.
Yeah.
The only person I got it from was my grandmother, who was 103 years old. And she was smart enough not to let them get her 110 acres. But that was the only person that I can say, father, on my father's side and mother's side, was smart with nothing but a third grade education.
Yeah.
But you all, to see you all, you don't know how this is, my skin just like on fire because we didn't get it. We didn't listen because we had parents that didn't teach us that we were importing or that we had anything. We had to settle for what was given. But now hearing you all that you don't have to settle.
You don't.
You're
very powerful.
They were scared to think outside the box.
But I think that's the tool, fear. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's like you know, you taught to get your good government job and work for 1,000 years to be able to retire for something that you still can't even live off of.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
And you can't leave no heirs.
Yeah, pretty
You know,
much.
that's why y'all got to keep doing what you're doing. You keep with your music. You keep your dream going. You keep your knowledge going. You
Oh,
keep
yeah.
raising
We all
your
got the
children.
knowledge going.
You're grooming your granddaughter not to do what your daughter do. You're making step forward, telling other women that they can be just as pretty as the small 5-year. You're growing to know that you got talent, that you don't have to
Just
work
let
with
it go,
nobody.
let it go.
You know, but you got to see, this is their groom. You're grooming them. This conversation somebody's listening to might not say at the time they got something from this show, but deep down inside they soaking it in.
Yeah, that's subconscious.
Long as you soak it in, you ain't gotta say nothing. Just soak it in, because
That's right.
it'll come out.
Yeah.
You know what they call that, Mom? Planting the seed.
That's it.
Right.
It's like
There you go back to Jermaine.
it's like eat that broccoli right there. You know, eat that broccoli. Eat a couple of them. Eat a couple pieces of broccoli. You know what I'm saying? Even though you don't like it, don't taste good, ain't your favorite, but eat some of that.
What I tell y'all,
though.
what you need is to eat a couple of pieces.
Yeah,
But
eat
you
a
know,
little
we got
bit
one
of
over
it.
here. I'm gonna talk about it today, and I enjoy you. God, I just enjoy you. And I know you got a video to do, but we got one here that every night he picks a word.
Mom's taking off.
And the word, he texts it to the family, and the word is like, wow. We be going, what does this mean? Then he break it down and give us the meaning.
Awesome.
This one over here, he's very quiet. That's my Capricorn like me, so I know where he coming from. He's very quiet, but you far as computer-wise, brain-wise, always been an A student, both of them. This boy's smart, but he's not one to let you know on his smartness, and he got a lot of that from his grandmother because he doesn't like to express what people might say that he have to deal with them.
Time out.
And
Yeah, would you
Please
say?
speak on
Yes,
that.
go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm gonna tell you,
No, she just said it herself. Go ahead, say it again, baby.
you,
She said, "I'm smart."
you're smart, and she's very talented, very talented. Singing wise, yeah, that's my singer. That one puts me to sleep.
She be taking care of you. Get to you.
That one puts me to sleep. But you know, like I say, to watch males talk now, it especially our young black men. And you know, I hate when people judge us, judge y'all. And I fight for boys. And he'll tell you, I came up in the neighborhood. I be fighting for my boys. I ain't fighting for girls. I'm sorry, but I fight for them boys.
Put y'all to the side.
Yeah, I fight for them boys, you know, and I do it now. They can call me in the middle of the night and say, Mom, I need to talk to you. I'll listen. I don't care if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll listen. Because it's not easy for you to keep surviving in this world.
But, you know, and a lot of people say, well, it's true too. Most mothers raise their daughters to be independent, but they always they sons. Like, if you never need me and this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? It's like at some point, all right, now, gone, you know. But you, come on, baby, if you need me. But that's because y'all know how hard it really is for a black man. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, you know, your daughter, if you give her the tools, she gonna get it. Right? She'll
But
be
you
able
know
to do
what?
her. But men know.
That bite me in my behind.
You know, it does too, because like girls need that more than the men do actually. Because, and the reason why is because at so many levels, they need to be protected. They need somebody they can talk to. They need to be able to be themselves without being judged. They need to be comfortable. They don't need to be, you know what I'm talking about?
I think that leads into the thing of why it's important to have both mother and father.
Yeah, but
the roles do, and it's not always possible. I'm not saying that because I lost my dad.
Well, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So he passed away, and it wasn't.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you good. I'm just saying, like, it's life. That's my
point.
Like,
it
it's
is.
things that you
No.
can't control.
Right.
So I'm not saying that this is going to be the structure for everybody, but I'm saying it's this way for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I think about my relationship with her versus my relationship with them, and the love isn't any different.
Right.
It's just a different relationship that requires different things. I understand as a black man what it requires, and you just said something about their mother. Their mother is going to be different in terms of giving them what they want, hugs, and, you know what I'm saying? But I hug them, kiss them, tell them I love them. Absolutely, where I am different as a man. But at the same time, I understand, listen, y'all, I got to be honest with you. You gotta be tougher than this. I gotta make sure you understand what the world's gonna come.
And the
police
world
don't like you.
Man,
The people around you don't like you. This don't like you.
Like
You know what I'm saying? Listen, but we still gonna get through because we great.
They only like you as much as you can benefit them.
Church, you hear what I'm telling you? But don't nobody want to tell y'all this because they want they want to cuddle you. They want you not to think that it's real out here, but it's real, and I want to make sure you understand that now.
Yeah, I remember Big Ma told me one time. I was like, Big Ma, that's not fair. She said, life ain't fair, baby. Take heart. You know what I'm talking about? They said if anybody told you different, they lied to you. You know what I'm saying? Life is not fair. But what you gonna do? Take heart. You know what I'm talking about? You just gotta get out there and still do what you do.
Because if I prep you now, it won't shock you later. That's how I see it.
Indeed.
That's a fact.
Indeed.
Fellas, y'all have been awesome today. I ain't closing the show, but
Can you?
I got some knowledge.
Y'all, because I don't want to. I know Black got the roll in a minute, so y'all go ahead and get shot. Whatever y'all gotta
I
ask.
can add on to that, man, because a lot of people want to baby the children or whatever, but even when you go into ancient cultures, they always gave children the highest principles. Always. Like, we look at the Egyptian gods and goddesses, but these are all principles. And our ancestors were masters at personification. Taking a principle, attribute, a quality of life, and making it into a person so that you could teach a child. Hey, man, this person right here, he negative. He only come out when it's dark, when the moon is out. But this really a principle. And this person represents the sky. They lighthearted. They whatever. And when the child grows up, you teach them the intricate parts of the principle or the science of that, not the person. You know what I mean? The person is so you could teach a child about some extravagant thing that's hard to explain. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Personification. Yeah, so you're supposed to teach the child everything.
Yeah, exactly. Because knowledge, first of all, knowledge is supposed to be free. And so, truthfully, it shouldn't be no such thing as student loans or none of that. You know what I'm talking about? You're supposed to be able to go to school for free,
Man,
bro. You
we
know
like
what
the
I'm
only
talking
country
about?
still that got to
That
pay to go to
pays-
school.
You did.
Everybody else going to school for free, all
Yeah,
the way
good.
to a doctorate.
Well, you gonna have to come back and rap with it.
Yeah, I definitely gotta come back when I
you
can
gotta
really
come
spend
back
some
and rap
time.
with us, man.
Real talk.
We definitely appreciate
Yeah, man.
that.
I appreciate y'all having me, bro. This, like I say, I like this. This is different for me. You know what I'm talking about?
That's our
Abstract
objective.
excellence, bro.
Abstract excellence. That's
Yes,
where it
sir.
came from.
This is
That's
different.
it.
I like
Without
this.
explaining the meaning of it, that's what it is. Abstract.
But I give y'all a couple more minutes though. Like, you know what I'm talking about? I don't want to just dip out. You know, I'm on
We
my
want you to
way.
go do that video so we can see it too.
Yeah. What?
Oh, I know, yeah.
Look,
Oh, we
But if y'all had some questions for me right quick or something.
we just about over anyway. Y'all got some quick questions?
So how long you been rapping? Man?
Not you, hold on, not you.
Oh, my, look.
Not you.
Mine gonna have her old, like Oprah.
Yeah,
really
you
crazy.
already. We all.
We're talking.
Well, I've been rapping probably since about I say seriously 05. Well, nah, like, yeah, 05. Yeah, you know what I'm talking
And the
about.
band too?
Well, the band just like a year old, maybe like a year and a half. Oh, it's a fairly new band. Yeah, you know, I was blessed enough to be able to hire some of the legends of the go-go industry, and the band like Los, he's my music director and also the keyboard player. He's an original member of the Huckabucks. Hey, Uncle L done played with a whole lot of the top bands. Thump done played with a lot of the top bands. Gabby Moe, he's a rapper like myself. He done, you know, got a lot of music out. He done music with major artists. Lady Rose, same thing. Scotty, you know what I'm talking about. C-Dog, he got a story for you. I want to try to bring him next time.
Yeah, that's who we was talking about.
C got a story for you. I just met C last year, man.
You got to
Good
pull up
dude,
and see.
good
Yeah.
dude. I know I'm leaving out somebody. Who I'm leaving out? Is that everybody? I think that's everybody. Yeah, and then it's just me, man. You know what I'm talking about? It's just, you know, trying to be the lighter to get it lit. You know what I'm talking about?
Facts. Hey, we definitely gonna support the glow up, bro. Absolutely.
And likewise, man. Anything I can do for y'all, man, let me know.
We appreciate you. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add before we close out?
Where can we find you at?
I was going.
Oh, on Instagram, I'm at Black_Woodson. That's BLACK_WOODSON. The Lit Band page is L.I.T_band, BAND. On regular old Facebook, Twitter is Black Woodson, all one word. You can look me up on Pandora, all the streaming services, Pandora, iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, everything, you know, for like my rap music and stuff. And Lit got some original music we about to record in the studio, and we'll have some stuff out soon.
And every first and third Thursday.
Every first and third Thursday at Tacoma Station. And we got other dates. We pretty much just pick up dates as we go. You know, somebody fill in, people hit us up, and we, you know, make something happen, man. So
that's some Lit you hear cranking in the back.
holla at Kim C. Evans. manager for Lit Bang. Shout out to her for all her efforts and everything she do. My main man, Big Coop, Super Coop, you know what I'm talking about, for my mentor, you know what I'm talking about, for his consultation, man, and everything he do for us too, man, and just love everybody, man. We the love movement, man. We spread good vibes, man, you know what I'm talking about.
And that's all we about up in here. Y'all, again, you been segueing like a month.
Yeah.
Perfect segue.
Before I leave, make sure y'all register ASCAP BMI. I keep preaching this everywhere I go. Artists, producers, songwriters, ASCAP BMI is where you can get your royalties. You know what I'm talking about? So you can get performance royalties. You record where you perform at, and if it's a venue that's certified, then they'll give you get paid for every time you perform at certain places. And it's more depending on where you playing at, like a club or a concert hall or a stadium or something like that. TV, different things like that. So, man, ownership, man. You know what I'm saying? Ownership. LLCs. Trademark your name, you know what I'm talking about. Get a business, get an EIN number, you know what I'm talking about. Just go to work, man. Yes, sir.
And we ain't even gonna talk, but we working. You definitely preaching some preach right
yeah,
there.
man. We gotta do music business, not just go business, y'all. Music business.
Yes, you hear me?
Music
man, listen,
business.
we gonna have Black back, man, at some point whenever you want to come.
Yeah, I'll definitely be back.
We throw it out whenever you ready to pull up. You know where we at. Just let me
There's
know.
always an open invitation.
I appreciate that, man.
Y'all know what it is, the gifted, odd, and driven. Abstract Excellence. Y'all know how I spell, but just in case you forgot, ABSTRAKT XCILENCE. Everywhere. Flat out. Just like that. Abstract Excellence, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. The new show will be up on Tuesday. This show here.
Spell it the correct way.
Y'all can tune in to Box Wave Live to catch it now. And I think outside of that, fellas.
Salute mama, man. We got
Salute
we gotta
mama.
always give y'all flowers, man, while y'all here. You know what I'm talking about?
Always, every show.
And my team, man, I love
And the
y'all,
team,
man.
yeah, man. Hey,
I
salute y'all too, man. So y'all.
Y'all know what it is.
And the kids, man, the kids. I'ma stand up for the kids, man. For the kids, man. For the kids. Salute the kids, man.
Look, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And just as I just told bro, he's segueing like a mug. Every week she ended with good night. So as he said, it's all about the babies. Baby, tell them what time it is. Good night.
She ain't speaking tonight. She like,
Come on, man. You about to be on suspension.
That's 2 weeks in a row.
Hey, we love y'all. Good night.
she got
All up or nothing, man. See y'all next week.